Jay, if you had the first pick in the draft, you take Boncaro, Holmgren, or Jabari Smith.
I take Jabari Smith, but I might be wrong in that. This reminds me of a couple of years ago when LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards were coming out, James Wiseman, and it was a eye of the beholder choice. And I had said at the time, a lot of our draft experts thought you take LaMelo Ball, and I thought Anthony Edwards was the best prospect. And reasonable minds can differ on that. I think this is a similar year where you've got three guys where the three of us could differ and all have a different choice, and none of us are wrong.
Yeah.
Now we may look back in 10 years and it seems obvious, but like Smith is built for the NBA. The other guys are too, but he's a Kevin Durant type jump shooter and really skilled. And he rebounds his position. He can defend and switch a number of positions. I really like his makeup. But Holmgren from Gonzaga really is intriguing because his body doesn't look like it's going to hold up, but I think it will. And he's so good at keeping his body away from offensive players that are trying to get into his body that he can block and change shots at a high rate without getting muscled. He can get muscled at times. He's not a perfect player.
He can,
but he's so skilled.
I had so many people during the tournament saying to me, "Oh, Holmgren's soft." He's not soft, is he? He's just weak. He's just weak right now because he competes, doesn't he?
He really competes,
yeah.
and he's tough-minded, and I think he's going to do really well. It's just I'm not used to, and that's where the old school part of me has to evolve even more. I'm not used to seeing that body type, and so it gives you a little bit of pause. But he's really durable. He's not one of these guys where because he's built like a stick figure, you think, well, how are his knees going to hold up? How's he going to do that? He doesn't have injury problems.
Yeah.
There's no red flag there. He's not sat out any games, and he plays his butt off all the time. And he's a great young man. So I think it's going to be one of the harder number one decisions we've seen in a while because all three of them make a pretty good case for it. Who knows? Like when we look back in 10 years, kind of like the 2003 draft, LeBron was the no-brainer number one. But heck, he had Carmelo in that draft and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, all of whom are Hall of Fame locks.
Yeah.
And, we could look back in 10 years and say, why didn't anybody take Jaden Ivey of Purdue number one? Right. I mean, that's certainly possible because he's that type of talent. We just got three guys that seem to have taken the lead in that discussion.